I'll be so glad when the sun goes down.
When the sun goes down.
I'll be so glad when the sun goes down.
When the sun goes down.
I ain't all that sleepy, but I wanna lie down.
I wanna lie down.
I ain't all that sleepy, but I wanna lie down.
I wanna lie down.
I wanna lie down, baby. I wanna lie down.
Several decades ago, I went to teach in Africa. I was coming to the end of my career as a smoker, and fresh off the plane, I wandered round the city streets in search of a tobacconist. I quickly became conscious of being the only white person in sight, and when I went into a shop and waited my turn, several folk who entered the shop after me were served before me. I was not in any other way badly treated, and when I got out to the rural school to which I'd been posted, I was amongst extraordinarily tolerant, friendly, and forgiving African people. Mine was a brief afternoon of negligible discrimination. Like most white people, I can only inadequately imagine how 200 years of slavery and its viscous aftermath corrode lives. How parents live with a constant anxiety that their children may fall fatally prey to lawless streets or to the law itself. 2 poets today and 4 poems. The first 2 are by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Dunbar was born in 1872 to parents who were freed slaves from Kentucky. Unable to pursue his ambition to become a lawyer because his widowed mother could not afford the university fees, employment discrimination finally forced him to work as an elevator operator, which at least gave him time to write. Dunbar's final novel, The Sport of Kings, written 118 years ago, deals with the horrific suffering of a family from local police behaving as lawless, racist criminals. The last line in his poem, Sympathy, "I know why the caged bird sings," inspired today's second poet, Maya Angelou, to write Caged Bird. Angelou was multi-talented. To quote from Poetry Foundation's website, she was a singer, dancer, actress, composer, and Hollywood's first female black director, but became most famous as a writer, editor, essayist, playwright, and poet. As a civil rights activist, Angelou worked for Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. She was also an educator and served as the Reynolds Professor of American Studies at Wake Forest University. Today's reading is dedicated to the Black Lives Matter movement and wishing it long overdue success in eliminating endemic racism in all legal systems. Sympathy. I know what the caged bird feels, alas, when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind stirs soft through the springing grass, and the river flows like a stream of glass. When the first bird sings and the first bud opes, and the faint perfume from its chalice steals, I know what the caged bird feels. I know why the caged bird beats his wing, till its blood is red on the cruel bars, for he must fly back to his perch and cling, when he fain would be on the bough a swing, and a pain still throbs in the old, old scars, and they pulse again with a keener sting. I know why he beats his wing. I know why the caged bird sings, ah me, when his wing is bruised and his bosom sore, when he beats his bars and he would be free. It is not a carol of joy or glee, but a prayer that he sends from his heart's deep core, but a plea that upward to heaven he flings. I know why the caged bird sings. We wear the mask. We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile, with torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but, O great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh, the clay is vile beneath our feet, and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask. Caged bird. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind, and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays, and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream, his wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Still I rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Do you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard? You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise, up from the past that's rooted in pain I rise. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear I rise. Into the daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Where you won't be worried when the sun go down.
When the sun go down,
You'll never be worried when the sun go down.
when the sun go down,
Oh, my Lord, yeah.
when the Lord down,
Oh, my Lord, yeah.
when the Lord down,
I made you a living when I was free.
when I was free.
I made you a living when I was free.
When I was free.
I'm in a world of trouble. You won't write to me.
Won't write to me.
I'm in a world of trouble. You won't write to me.
Won't